Nation. Said the world today is in a desperate situation. Stealing, burning, fighting, killing, nothing but corruption. It looks like mankind is on the eve of destruction. Oh yes it is. People, let me tell you now, we got to love.
Tuesday, August the 6th. Attitude of gratitude. What you grateful for, family? First, giving honor to the creator of this universe and all that inhabits it, and to my mother, Shirley Hardy, the elder in my life, I greet you all in love and kindness. You are tuned into Health Talk Health-Wise. What's your illusion? What's your reality? Conscious Healthcare Talk with Dr. K and friends, right here on the airwaves of Inner Light Radio, the healing frequency. Our focus is with the 3 C's in life: choices, chances, and changes. You must make a choice to take a chance, or your life would never change. You are listening to a live broadcast. You can email your questions or comments to innerlightradio@yahoo.com. That's innerlightradio@yahoo.com. You can call in with your positive conversation to share. 310-928-7733. That's 310-928-7733. You can also Facebook Brother Jamal with your questions or comments, and Skype as well. Inner_light_radio. We do ask you to please mute your phone, and we will announce you to join the conversation by your phone number or your Skype name. I'm Dr. Karen DAVIS-FOULKS. They call me Dr. K, and I thank you for tuning in to this show. For on this show, we do honor all who have and all that will emancipate from medical mental slavery. My message is: health is all about consciousness, and healing is a function of consciousness. So on this show, we invite you to relearn, rethink, and rewrite your very own personal health care plan. So now, what will your new prescription be? Will you create for your healing journey? We are sharing the natural laws and principles for life and health. So are you ready to get on board our friendship train to healthcare? You know, we are taking a Harriet Tubman's ride. And you know, family community, there is no greater ride for on this train ride. It is all about self-healing and self-help. That's health education for longevity and peace. You see, you don't need a ticket. We invite you to come on board. So we welcome you to the Wellness Checkpoint today. Now it's time to check the parts of your thoughts. What are you thinking? What have you been thinking? Are you still thinking the same way? Or are you ready to step in a whole new paradigm of understanding? My regular friends joining me in the chat room are Wanda Whitaker, anchored in spirit in Pacifica, California. We have Miss Rachel Pope with Let's Talk Wisdom, Blessings Flow Empire. She's in Waldorf, Maryland. And once again, I'm Dr. K, and I'm right here in Washington, D.C., broadcasting live from Southeast Washington. As we say here, I am here, you are here, and we are all here together to be a reminder to each of us that all that you are is a result of all that you have thought. So who is in the driver's seat of your temple? Are you making your choices? Are you making your decisions? Are you taking new chances? Or are you following someone else? Is it time for you to emerge and take care of yourself? So we say, sit back, become a master of your health and life. So let's take that deep, deep breath. And listen here as we take this universal love ride about cellular ecology, the new paradigm, informational health care. Family, community, and friends, we're talking about conscious self-care. Conscious Self-Health Care MOVES. That's mental observation view. It's essential for your success. Maybe it's time to sit back and observe your life, observe your thoughts. See if it's time for you to create something new and something different. Because we are definitely 100% the creators of our life. Once again, thank you for tuning into Health Talk Health Wise. Let me greet my friends in the chat room. Then we'll take a station break and we'll come back and start the show. So how you doing today, Wanda Whitaker?
I'm still alive.
Thank you.
I'm here in living color.
Woo woo, not in living color. You remember that show? 2 thumbs up and a dat.
That was a great show. Very funny.
Oh, very, very funny. Timely right now. So how was your week, Wanda?
Actually, it was very good. I went to a workshop at the Institute for Noetic Sciences in which they were teaching a curriculum called Worldview Explorations. And it was really about discovering yourself and inspiring others and helping them to engage the world. And this is a curriculum that they want to put out into the communities so that, once again, people can really discover who they are, because worldviews are filters. Actually, they're the filters that through which people sense themselves and the world and their place in the world. So it's a great organization. They talked a lot about beliefs and our perspectives and how they shape us.
Ooh, that's a key word. Yeah, our perspective and how they shape us. All about epigenetics and all of that.
Yeah, but it also covered values and motivations, how our perspective influences our goals and our actions and reactions. So, and they studied the science behind it. It actually taught the science behind some of this as well. So, actually, it was a very well organized workshop. But what I most liked about the workshop, it was on the IONS campus, was the food was it was they had their own garden. So all of the food was prepared from their garden.
Oh, how wonderful. You know, I can't think of her name, but she was in the Living Matrix movie for Nest Health. From that center. And that's a great movie that people may want to go and check out. The Living Matrix. It introduces you to the new paradigm in healthcare, quantum physics, and all the other interesting modalities that's coming out of that new research and science that we have, which really just what we talk about, conscious self-health care, puts you in control of your own being, which you already are anyway. So now it just makes it even much more better for you that you know that you can take care of your own being. You don't have to put it in the hands of doctors, not even me. Put it in the hands of yourself and just have people to assist you with creating the prescription that you want for yourself. That's what I like about what we do here on Health Talk Health Wise. It's all about empowering you.
I think you're referring to Marilyn Schultz.
Yeah, Marilyn. I couldn't think of her name. Marilyn Schultz. Yeah, she's in the Living Matrix movie. Yeah, I like the way she
was actually there helping to teach the class.
Oh, wow. You know.
Well, so I got a chance to actually sit down and talk with her personally. Wow. She's working on some new projects. She's working on a huge project with Deepak Chopra.
Ah, I can believe that. I'm telling you, that's going to be great. Woo woo! So we got a good show coming up today. We're going to be talking about fat in church. We're going to hear from a pastor that got a awakening and a realization, and that's one of our goals this year, a very strong goal of the Emancipate Yourself from Medical Mental Slavery Day movement is the connection with churches to assist our people with understanding there is a whole new paradigm or old paradigm or everything's existing, been here before, paradigm that people never looked at about healthcare and how they can take care of themselves, even through the Bible. Even through the Quran, even through all your religious books, you can really learn how to take care of this physical body now. So we're going to be talking about that shortly. Let me say hi to Miss Rachel Pope.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, Miss Rachel Pope, how you doing?
Hello, Miss Pope.
Hey, Wanda, we missed you last week.
She was busy.
I know, but to me, I was at a great place.
Yeah.
I know you was. Oh my goodness, y'all! I'm gonna say this. This week I've been taking the time to discipline myself and to study concern about the mind and the artistic mind. And this particular artist I was looking up, his name was Alex Gray, and it took me to the zone. They was talking about vibrations and talking about DMTs in the brain and how that is the consciousness molecule in every living thing on the planet, including coming off from the sun and the universe. And I'm still fascinated by that. And they talk about vibrations. And so, I'm trying to train myself to understand the language and the knowledge concerned about developing the consciousness even more in the creative aspect of things. And that hummingbird, the experience I had a hummingbird over the phone with you, Kay, and Monique and I had a strange experience at the pond again on our way to the pond, and we ran into a neighbor. I call it a hummingbird lady. Mm-hmm. Because right then and there, she has this, they feed her, and they just showed up. And I got to see it so close and hear the humming from the wings.
So that tells me the story today is going to be related to the hummingbird.
Yeah.
And we also have a special guest joining us today, right, Rach?
Yes, we do.
Who's joining us today?
His name is Mr. Joseph Wyche. That's W-Y-C-H.
Wyche. Joseph. Yeah. I'll stick with Joseph. I can say that real good.
Okay.
Y'all know I'm tongue twisted.
He's on that 703 number, so in case when you call him in, you just say that number, But, oh, yeah, you and Wanda going to appreciate this man for real.
Ooh, wonderful. We're looking forward to hearing from Joseph. I understand he don't mind us giving his age because that's what we do here. He's 79, right? And he's going to tell everybody how he's saging and not aging. Big difference. The new 70, the new 80s, the new 90s is not all about being old, broken down with arthritis. That's the old myth. How to take better care of yourself. So we're excited when we bring somebody on board this friendship train to share with our community, to give them their own personal testimony about how they assisted themselves. And maybe that testimony can assist you with making a different choice for yourself. Because we say, take a choice, make a choice, take a chance to make a change. And it is time to do that. So we're going to take a commercial break and we're going to come back and see got somebody else online and see if they're just listening in or they want to share before we start the show. So we're going to take a commercial break and we're going to come back and start the show. Do you feel lost? Do you feel out of sync? Could it be that you are experiencing electromagnetic sensitivity? Yes, electromagnetic sensitivity. Could man-made frequencies interfere with cellular activity and melatonin production? We are beings of frequency, light, and information, and you are your own experience. Do not conform any longer to the patterns of man-made mindset of human consciousness. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Schedule your Nest Provision Human Body Field Scan with Dr. K. 202-248-7749. Visit the website forcelllife.com. The number 4CELLLIFE.com. Have the courage to expand your horizon and reprogram your cellular activities. Call Dr. K for your 15-minute wellness consultation. 202-248-7749. Do you feel lost? There's a lot of energy that's vibrating down here to Earth. and it's giving off a lot of energy, the true energy frequencies that we need. And this man-made frequency, you know, it's like a silent little war going on, and we know the source energy is going to win out. And in the meantime, we have electromagnetic sensitivity, and we're not even aware of it. You know, we're around all this Wi-Fi and all this high definition frequencies is blocking your natural frequency, and you're trying to figure out what's going on and how to get yourself in balance. Well, that's what NES can help you with, as well as you by looking at your consciousness and how you've been thinking about things. And this is real, people. Electromagnetic sensitivity, radiation is real, you know, and they're finding more and more about this because all the schools are becoming Wi-Fi, and the children are experiencing headaches. They don't know what's going on with them. Their stomach is all upset because they're constantly around all this high energy, man-made frequency that's not good for you as an energetic light being. So be aware of how often you're around and you're giving your kids these cell phones, these high smartphones, and what is really, really doing to them. So it's time that we all pay attention to what's really happening. So we do have a person online with the ending number of 4101. Are you just listening in, or would you like to share with us?
Hey, how's everybody? This is Trey.
Hi, Trey.
Hello?
How you doing? Good that you called in. Right.
Yeah.
So I know you want to call in and talk to Wanda. You want to do a DNA reading with her. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah.
A numerical mapping?
Definitely.
Okay, so I'll get right back.
If possible.
Yeah, I'll get right with you, and we'll do that first up. Hold on for a minute,
cool.
Put yourself back on mute, and then we'll do that,
Cool.
okay? Thank you
All
for
right.
calling in. Appreciate that.
For sure.
All right. Miss Wanda Whitaker. Wanda.
Yes.
So I think since Trey is online, and he did give me a call through the week, and we talked a little bit, and, you know, he was interested when I shared with him about the DNA mapping that you do. So I'm going to let you take a few minutes, and then we're going to invite Trey to come in and ask your question, and then we'll move on with the show. You want to share a little bit about what he can expect and what he needs to do, and then we invite him to come in and talk with you.
Yes, Karen. This is actually it's a process that was invented by Margaret Ruby, and it actually is a way to actually I use a numerical mapping process to identify I'll say beliefs that have been stored in your subconscious that are coming from your ancestral lineage, or you can get them have them in your present day life, but sometimes you're unaware of them. And these beliefs act as energy interference patterns in the body that prevent you from really having the life that you want, whether it is your career, finances, relationships. There's everything is energy. And so the energy that are created by the beliefs are stored somewhere in the body. And sometimes this energy, which is low frequency, can create disease. And it can also affect you emotionally and not allow you to move forward with having that life that you really want. And so this process will definitely identify the theme behind a particular issue. It will also identify where the energy is being stored in the body, what organ is being affected, what chakras are being affected, the areas in the body where the energy is being stored, and it can also identify the ancestral patterns, belief patterns that have been passed down to you, and you have these patterns also, and those patterns are what is preventing you from, again, moving out into your life and limiting you to being stuck, what we call stuck. And it also can tell you exactly what you need to do to move forward and how you need to change your thinking or change your perspective on life. And the final thing that this process does is reprograms your subconscious so that you can move forward in life. Because unless you go back and change your subconscious thinking, you'll never, ever move forward.
And that is so true. That
And
is so
it
true.
takes you back to being heart-based.
Heart-based, that's what it's all about. So what Trey has to do today is, and I'm going to let him introduce himself and say what area he's calling from. So he has to ask you a specific question today, and then you're going to do some number exchanges with him, and then you'll give him a little bit of information today. Is that correct? Precisely.
What he has to do is tell me an issue that he is working on, or something that's keeping him feeling stuck, that he just doesn't understand why he's not able to do something.
Okay. All right. So Trey, you on the line?
Yes, I'm still there.
Okay, good. So
illness too.
It also goes
illness or whatever. It could be emotional. It could be physical.
Okay. Introduce yourself and say where you're calling from, and then ask Wanda your question.
Cool. How's everybody doing?
Wonderful.
I'm calling from the D.C. area, and I was graciously allowed the opportunity to meet Sister K, and I'm very grateful for that. And I believe I met you too, Wanda. I was there.
Yeah, I think it'd be in December. You're right, when we was here doing the print. Right, I forgot you was there. Yeah, okay. Yeah, good.
Yeah.
That's right.
From you, Trey.
Yeah, good to be heard. I appreciate what you ladies are doing. I appreciate what y'all are doing. My specific question is, or concern that I'm dealing with, is I feel like I don't have a definite direction in my life concerning my career and my relationship, and just getting back to myself and knowing who I am internally, instead of looking externally instead of looking externally for who I am. It's just like I just don't have a sense of clarity and direction. So I'm trying to get a sense of direction on which way I should go, or what I should be doing, or what's blocking me. I feel like I am going in circles. So.
Okay. All right. So you want to work on clarity. Is that correct?
Exactly.
About your career.
Yes.
And work on a clearing to your higher self.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay. So, Trey, I just want you to I'm going to give you a range of numbers, and I want you to tell me the first number that comes to you. You can see it, you can think it, whatever, but I want you to just center in your heart space. I'm going to give you a range of numbers, and I want you to pick the first one. Give me one number, 1, 2, or 3.
3.
And one number, 1 through 5.
2.
And one number, 1 or 2.
1.
Okay, and one number, 1, 2, or 3.
2.
And give me one number, 1 or 2.
1.
Did you say 1?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I want to make sure you said the right one. Okay. No, because it makes
no false reading. Yeah.
It does make a difference. And give me one number, 1 through 13. One number, 1 through 13.
12.
Okay, and you said 12, right?
Yes.
And give me one number, 1 through 11.
7.
7 in my mind.
7. Okay, so what's happening to you, Trey, is basically the whole theme of this issue is around self-esteem. How you feel about yourself. Okay?
Yes.
And you're kind of like a philosopher. You are really much a philosopher, and this particular energy is being stored in your kidney area. Okay? And the emotion that is being created there from this issue is suspicion. You're suspicious. Okay? And because you're suspicious, you have a fear of what others are thinking about you. And okay, wait a minute. I'm gonna stop right there. Why do you say woo?
Because you're hitting the nail right on the head.
I was going to say, because you're hitting it right. Let me just stay out of that.
And because of that, the main energy interference pattern is that you're feeling trapped in a shell of who you think you are and who you think you are not. Now, the DNA patternings, I'll just go to them real quick. Give me 3 numbers from 1 to 50.
42.
42?
42.
2 more numbers.
15. 35.
Okay, so these are 3 traits that are coming from your ancestral lineage that have been passed down to you, and you possess these traits as well. You could look at your mother or father, you could go back into your ancestral lineage 7 generations or even further back, but one is a rebel. Somebody has been a rebel. You could look at your mother and father, like I said, or go back several generations, but being rebellious is one, okay? You know, you break old habits or you refuse to conform. The other one is betrayal. Somebody's been betrayed a lot, and you have been betrayed as well. That's something that has been passed down to you. You know, that has a lot to be being someone being disloyal to you or dishonored you or you being tricked. The third one is healer. You are a healer. Okay? And so someone in your ancestral lineage has also been a healer, which means they've helped others, they've served others, but they were killed for their talents. Okay? Give me one number 1 through 18.
14.
Okay, there was a strategy that your ancestors used in order to survive, and you used this strategy as well. And to survive, you must be loyal and dutiful. That's the strategy of how you survive. And I can go on and on and on with past lives, you know, your greatest trauma, your greatest fear, the karma that you're working out this lifetime. But that just gives you a little bit of the numbers and what they mean. So I just want to right now stop and ask you, how do you feel about what you've just discovered?
I feel you're right on track. I feel like everything that you said is very true and valuable. Because I feel like my father has been betrayed, and in terms of somebody not being loyal to him, and he was a pastor of a church, and a lot of people did him bad, and church talked about him behind his back.
Which makes you suspicious. It makes you suspicious of people, though. You see?
I believe so. Because even my grandfather, he was the bishop of the church, and people talked about him and did him wrong. So I really think that might be why I'm suspicious of a lot of things, and that might be messing me up on my relationship area too.
Yeah. So give me a call, and I'll be happy to do a session with you.
Okay.
Free. I'm a company. Okay.
Wow, wonderful.
Wow.
Wow, Wanda, that was really, really good. If you don't mind me, Trey, sharing, that was really on point. I mean, even when you mentioned the kidneys, because the last scan that I did with Trey, the NET scan, the emotions were right there that you talked about, and the kidneys did show up. And we know that's all around fear and moving forward. And Trey is a wonderful, accomplished musician. So he heals through his music. He heals through his vibration. He's always spreading the word to our younger generation. This is a crowd that's under 30, 30 above, to look at themselves and how they treating their bodies and just where they going consciously. And so, you know, I honor Trey, and I appreciate you calling in and letting Wanda assist you. And so it's just another means to show that what is true in numbers is true in frequency, and the information that I have given, that you have given, is a match. And we're going to continue this on this Saturday, and then you have Wanda that you can call back to, Trey. So you happy with everything?
Yes, that's right. Thank you so much.
Yeah, well, I'll finish the process and make sure that you can start moving in another direction.
Okay, and I'll get you the information on how you can reach Wanda. Okay, Trey?
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay, you can stay tuned in if you like. Thank you for calling in and sharing with us. We appreciate, because I know that alone assisted so many people, but truly understanding the power of doing the way that Wanda does this to the way that she does it real quick like that, and it's just powerful. So we're going to take a commercial break. We're going to come back, and I'm going to let Rachel Pope come in now when we come back from the break and talk to her guests a little bit, and she can share the hummingbird. And then I know it's like the fourth Tuesday, but we're going to get to this fat in church yet. So we're going to take a commercial break and come back.
Are you looking to raise funds for your organization? Do you want to help others from becoming a healthcare statistic? If so, join our effort, The Art of Shift, designed to help organizations to increase funds while raising consciousness to a new level of health awareness and abundance through art. Composed to reprogram the subconscious mind, the Emancipate Yourself from Medical Mental Slavery art print by Wanda K. Whitaker symbolizes the breaking away from the old paradigm of putting all the responsibility on the physician to conscious self-care healthcare. The art print contains symbols representing sacred geometry, healing color frequencies, and ancient knowledge that alerts the conscious mind to make a shift towards conscious healthcare. Place your order today and receive the licensing rights to print the image yourself, or buy a print for as low as $15. The choice is yours. For more information, visit www.4celllife.com.
Boom, boom, boom. Hey. Yes, move it. That's right. Take that deep breath. Relax. Inhale.
I tell you, Jamal plays good.
I'm telling you, shift that vibration. Get that movement going on. Yes. You are listening to Health Talk Health Wise. What's your illusion? What's your reality? We thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you so much, and we truly, truly want to get this print infused into the community. So I invite you to go to my website, forcelllife.com. That's the number 4, the word sell and the word life. The print is right there on the front page. We want you to assist yourself with breaking free, emancipate yourself from medical mental slavery. What we have been taught for 200 years or more is not the truth. It does no longer serve us. We know that drugs are not assisting the body to perform the way it can, because why? It's an inert substance. It has no power. It does not support cell life. It blocks cell life. So if you're on medication, we want to help you relieve yourself of that. If you're thinking about taking medication, don't. We can help you with understanding how you can do it the correct way. That's what this show is all about. It's time for us to realize self-care, conscious self-care, that we are empowered. You know, I like this statement that Jamila A. Shabazz, and she runs the Healing Center, she put out on Facebook the other day, and it says, I, as an empowered person, you don't blame anyone for your experiences. As an empowered person, you do not make anyone feel guilty for your experiences. As an empowered person, you don't make anyone feel ashamed for your experiences. As an empowered person, you are not the victim. You are victorious with every single experience that you create for yourself, period. Because you are the creator. You are a creator. You are a creator. You are a creator. And you are creating your life. And if you don't like what you see on the screen storyboard in front of you, you change the way you are thinking, your perception, and you will change that storyboard in front of you. And that's what this show is all about, to empower you to know that the power lies inside of you, that you are in control. And we're going to learn how our 79-year-old guest is able to continue saging and not aging. Ms. Rachel Pope, you're up.
Yes. My name is Rachel Pope, known as the Visionary. I represent the caboose and extend my hand out to the community to get on board of Dr. K and the Friendship Train. My segment is called Let's Talk Wisdom, and I tell you what is what with a twist. And this information will be coming from my daily journey experiences from the elders in the community and nature. Those who seeking enlightenment to join this freedom train of wisdom and knowing the truth of life. So I would like for everyone to listen with your heart while I invite our special guests on board this friendship train. Mr. Joseph Carlton Wyche worked for the EPA as a program assistant in Washington, D.C. Mr. Wyche retired from the United States Air Force following 27 years of service. You can Google his name and find out all the other positions that he held during his journey. I personally had the opportunity of meeting Mr. Wyche during his presentation on energy, and I realized that this man had a lot of wisdom to share with the world. I noticed he knew about quantum physics and that he lived a conscious lifestyle. He told us that he was 79 years old and moving forward, and he also made me think of the little hummingbird, how he made an effort to help. And it really showed when Mr. Wyche had became one of the most visible person at work in his effort in the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina and in Louisiana and the Gulf Coast. He was deployed to New Orleans 3 times to work at the Incident Command Post for his effort. Mr. Wyche received special award from the EPA, and his humanitarian heart was enough to prove for me to invite him on the friendship train today so he can share with us about how he's living the conscious lifestyle. So we welcome you, Mr. Joseph Wyche, to Health Talk Health-Wise. What is your illusion and what is your reality with Dr. K, Wanda, and I? Welcome aboard. Are you with us today?
Yes, I am. And this
Woo-hoo! Welcome aboard. Glad to have you on board.
I'm very impressed. What I've heard already. This is the first time I've heard that. The first time I've heard this show.
Oh.
I like to kind of say a few things. First of all, I like to let people know that the world is in dualism.
Mm-hmm.
The Chinese call it yin and yang.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot do anything without having the opposite. I don't care what it is. Once you understand that, that's no problem. Everything has a frequency. That's no problem either, because everything has a musical note. Your body has a musical note, and your body has to be in tune, but you are not the body. That's another thing, too. Everybody ID with the body, and you're not the body. The body is just a container. You are in control of the body. Once you find that separation, and here we go again. There's dualism, and for every action, there's a reaction. Once you understand that, then you shouldn't have it too much of a problem. Contrary to what you know, there's a spiritual side, and there's a physical side. And the physical side is illusion. But you're here to learn, and this is why you're here. Because when you leave here, you move on to another place. Where? I don't know. But I know you don't. I know there's some things that you were told that you're going to that still exist. Now, you can eat a lot of food, or you can, because one of the things you've been programmed. You're programmed that there's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. There's no such thing. The medication, and if you, like me and anything, the melanin in the body, the medication is not for you. You cannot take that medication and survive. There's some people that do because we're so strong. But when you end up taking that medication, especially when you're young, and then when you start getting my age, that's when you start having problems. First of all, we don't ground. We used to do this. Matter of fact, there were some derogatory pictures were taken of us where we was eating watermelons. But if you notice, the next time you go look at one of those pictures, notice how white the eyes are of the kids. Notice how bright the teeth is, because watermelon is the most alkaline food there is. Once your body is alkaline, and cancer cannot live in alkaline and a oxygenated body. When your pH level is up, then because when everybody dies, they die 100% elasticity. If you ground your body, and when I say ground, walk on the ground with your barefoot or leather shoes. And if you do that, and we used to do that because we used to walk barefooted all the time. Matter of fact, songs was talking about barefooting. So when you did that,
I like that song with barefooting. Yeah, yeah. Let me stop. Go ahead, Joseph. I like what you're saying. Go right ahead.
I'm a blues freak.
Ah.
Blues teach you a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a lot of people, we gave that music away, and other people taking it. And I know they are taking it because I go to a International Blues Festival in Memphis every year. I haven't gone lately, but I have been a judge there, too. And that's on Bill Street. And you haven't heard blues played until you heard some Chinese play it, or Japanese. So everybody plays the blues because there's a certain type of sound out of that music. That's why I said everything has a musical note. I want to get into a lot of this, and I know I don't have the time, and I don't want to take up a whole lot of your
You did. You're doing wonderful. I appreciate everything you're saying. Tell me, I know Rachel mentioned to me longevity with your family and the way that you were raised or you were guided on how to care for your health and where you are now. And so share with us your journey where you are now with your health and how you care for yourself and maybe what you share with other seniors, because like you said, medication is definitely not good for anyone. And as people know, people of melanin skin is really not good for us. And when our seniors, as they get older in aging, as they feel they are, and they go to the doctor and they end up putting them on something. They could not have been on anything all their life, and then when they go, because they're feeling out of sorts, they put them on something and they take it, and that brings their body down even more. And so we want to really support and encourage our seniors to assist them with not taking medication, getting off of medication, and realizing how divine the body is. And like you said, it must stay alkaline. And I love the way you talked about this thing about breakfast, lunch, and dinner, because that's not what it's all about. That's an illusion, and how we should be really taking care of our body. So briefly, if you can, share with us your own journey in healthcare. How you feeling at 79, retired military man, and you went through a lot, because in the military, they put you a lot of stuff in you. So how did you survive all that?
And yes, I have no problem about that. I feel good. I be honest, frank with you. I could do everything that I was doing basically when I was younger. Not as often and not as fast. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
I'm competing at work. I'm competing with younger people, and everybody knows me there, and they know that I'm into health. And they come to me. Sometimes I tease them about eating. Sometimes they follow me in the cafeteria if I'm in a restaurant. They'll say, "I'm going to eat what you eat."
That's good.
Let's go back. Let's go back and look at something.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a young boy, I'm going to go back I'm gonna go back at 5 years old. My mother was a young woman, and she was 21. By the time she was 21, she had three children. So when she went to the field to pick cotton in the peanut field, or et cetera, I come from the area of Nat Turner. I don't know how many people knew about him, but we really grew peanuts, tobacco, cotton, and you was in the field. And I used to sit at one end of the field waiting for her to come back. The field was so far away. Anyway, we ate from the ground to the table. We did not have any electricity. We didn't have any running water. We didn't have any We didn't have any bathrooms. We had outhouses. We knocked the pipe down in the water table, and we drank water from the water table. Now, this was a small town. We killed hogs, and we killed hogs during the wintertime. We didn't have any refrigeration. I did not know I never heard of the word food poison until I was about 20 years old. Nobody in this town, when we killed hogs, we went from one home to another one, and food and blood and stuff was everywhere. Nobody got sick. We kept meat in the smokehouse for 2, 3, 4 years. Nobody, and when you wanted some meat, you went in and cut your piece off. Nobody got sick. I had a cousin. He got sick, and in actuality, he was my mother's first cousin, but he was my age. And whenever he got sick, and they put him on a pallet in the floor, and he was laying there. And Charlie was my cousin. And when he got sick, I got sick too. So I laid down with him. My mother and his mother talked, and they got some turpentine and kerosene and gave it to him, and worms came out of him. They was about 3 or 4 inches long, about 4 or 5 of them, and were fascinated. And I looked at it, and after those worms came out, he got up and started playing again. Well, I didn't do that. Later on, I did not see a doctor till I was 17 in the area that I was there, and the doctor didn't come to your house unless you died. And when he did come, he looked at you and say, "Hey, he did," and left. Didn't tell why he died or anything. And people didn't die at the age that they are dying now. So what ended up happening, matter of fact, you go to the graveyard, people died at 80-some years old, 90-some years old, 100-some years old, but they would be walking down the street and they just fell out. They just worked themselves to death. But they ate good. They ate, like I said, they ate from the ground to the table. They ate fresh foods, and we ate a lot of raw food, sweet potatoes, rutabagas, squash, okay, cabbage.
Highly mineralized food from the ground. Yeah.
And today, I eat 85% of all my food raw.
Oh, that's good. That's what we talk about with the program. 85% raw, 15% cook, and please limit your meat because we want to get rid of those parasites. We don't want them worms coming out like that. I like that from the ground to the table. I remember Rachel and I did a summer program. We called it From the Garden to the Table. We did gardening with the youth, and the food they gardened, we took it to the table and we ate and showed them how to prepare it. So a lot of what you're saying is so true. You know, now we're not able to cure meat the way we used to. The ground and soil is not the same. And so we really do need to look at how we can for ourselves. And so, Rachel, Wanda, anything you want to share with our guests?
I like what he was saying. I loved everything he was saying. You know, especially the part about we are not the body. We're actually wearing Halloween costumes.
I knew you was going to go. I like mine. I like my temple.
So I'm enjoying the conversation.
So yeah, there's
no reason why we shouldn't live 100, 150.
Healthy, happy, cognitive.
You said something. You said something tonight about the electronics and all the wire. So we didn't have this kind of stuff a million years ago. And so now we've got all this electronic come through, and what it does is knock your electronic system out of whack. Now I'm a fan of two people, and Nikola Tesla I'm a
Wanda.
Oh my God, you
Let's
are
stop Wanda now.
writing a book about
And
me.
also another fan of Royal Rap. Matter of
Rock,
fact, I'm sitting here looking at the equipment that I have from him.
Yeah, I have it too. Yeah, wonderful. That's what we need to do to recalibrate ourselves. And Wanda's doing a wonderful book for I think it's middle school, Wanda, with the Tough Tesla middle school book. Yeah, we all need to understand about light and energy. I really thank you for coming on and sharing with us, and definitely everything you mentioned. But most importantly, I like the fact that you talked about grounding. Because we're not grounded. We're missing that negative ion in our bodies. And when you do walk on earth, you get that charge back in your body. It helps heal. It helps get rid of inflammation. Because all discomfort, all malfunction in the body is due to excessive inflammation. And we call that excess fluid and excess sodium. And then the proteins get trapped.
Can I say one more thing?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Are you familiar with oil pulling?
Oh, sure, right. I do it every morning. Swish, 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 swish. What you use? Coconut oil? What you use? Sesame seed oil? What you do?
I use coconut oil. Maybe I might put a little bit of oregano oil in it.
Oh, you do oregano oil too? Oh, okay. Right.
And that will heal arthritis, diabetes, and people don't have to take my word for it. Just go on the internet and all over the world, people does that.
Well, because we don't have diseases, we have cellular malfunctions, and that's what we do on this show. So we would like for people to exchange the word disease, and I don't care what you call it or how severe you think it is. It's a name that they give it so they can control you. You are having cellular malfunctions because you're not properly caring for the body. And it's like the brother said, you must have an alkaline body. And when you don't eat correctly, to feed this physical body, it's real, this flesh is here, and it has a protocol that you have to follow. And that means excluding yourself from what the world has been teaching you, what's programming your subconscious mind, like Wanda was talking about early, and go with what you feel. Because, Wanda and everybody, people feel innately what to do, but it's so opposite of what they've been taught that they're afraid to do it.
And that's true.
Well, that comes from being programmed from the time you're a child all the way. I'll say one more thing to you. And now, normally when I say this, everybody look at me like I'm crazy.
Uh-huh.
Hey, I'm a 12-month-old baby. Okay? Mm-hmm. Most of the people that born in the 40s and on up are 9-month-old baby. Mm-hmm. You're born in the hospital. They introduce labor to you early. They make sure that baby come at 9 months right after that. Now, the reason why a 12-month-old baby, and funny thing about that now, that those 9-month-old babies are still birthday come every 12 months. Mm-hmm. Why? Come every 9 months. Mm-hmm. There's a reason for all of this. Mm-hmm. Okay, we'll talk about this some other time.
And we're going to have you back on, and we're going to pick up right there where you left off. Rachel, thank you so much for taking his hand and bringing him on board this friendship train.
I had to.
About saging, not aging. Listening to the brother, listen to this gentleman speak to us. Family, community, hear it. He's talking about saging, not aging, and how you get rid of it all. Don't claim it. Don't name it. Don't accept it. It's not you.
You don't have to.
But you can create cellular malfunction because the physical body is real and it has the way that it needs to be nourished. It's source energy. It comes from the creator who you are. You cannot possibly leave that out. That's who you are. It's there. It's not going anywhere. There is no real duality. We think in terms of duality, but there isn't any. There's no separation. We are all one within ourselves and one with each other. So,
and we're all connected, but people don't think so. Mm-hmm. You're connected. If I slap you today, somebody gonna get slapped in France. Somebody gets slapped in.
I like that. I like that vibrational effect.
15 years, you walking across the street, and a car hit you, and that car came through the red light, and you forgot that you I forgot that I slapped you 15 years ago. Mm-hmm. Every action, there's a reaction.
There you go. Reaction and reaction. And it's all you. You are in control of this. No one has power. As the poem say, don't give your power to people, places, or things. You are in control of your life.
You are your
That's
own
all you have to do. Go ahead, Wanda. What you say?
Then you are your own experience.
You are your
Yes.
own experience. That's
The relationship of all is the relationship with self.
yeah. Self relationship. That's what we're talking about here. And that's why we have been dubbed the Happy Healthcare Show. That show is so happy. How can they possibly be talking about healthcare? Because that's what it's all about. Being happy.
Once you get
Change
there,
your vibrations to be happy, and it will shift your energy in your body to feeling good. And you just hold on to it. You don't let it go.
Smile.
Smile. Come on,
No.
get happy. Let me stop. That's a Partridge song.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna get carried away here.
I know. We do that. We do
everything
this all right. We do that.
And we're evaporating right now at a high level.
Oh, so high that people are running scared. And, we just had this major emotional cleanse with the month of July. So much energy came down to help people shift their energies, and they're running from it. But don't run from it. Embrace it. Look at it. Talk to it. Understand what you're going through. Don't run from it. Embrace it.
In the sky for this month and watch the show.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So, it's 8:27. This time has really went by. And yeah, I hear y'all. I hear you so loud and clear. But see, everything happens in divine order. Everything happens for a reason. And I know I've been talking about this fat in church until I even had to send people the article already. But it's all about what we're talking about right now, because this new misnomer that they putting out here that you have now all of a sudden that obesity is a disease. They said you asked for it, so they made it a disease now. And so really obesity is a starved body. I'll just make it plain. The body is starving for the proper nourishment, for the proper love from you, because you're giving it everything external. So that's why you look that way. But soon as you change your mind, soon as you change your thoughts, soon as you vibrate to something new, soon as you start feeding your body what it needs, all that illusion goes away. So you don't need to be worried about being in weight, diet, going through all this program, having these surges they're giving you because of weight, because start loving yourself and everything will shift. And the size that you end up being is the size that you want to be. And don't let nobody tell you that you are not a part of the BMI plan and so you overweight, or you obese, Once you start taking and nourishing your body, you don't know how it's going to look. As long as you know you're nourished, there's a big difference in being nourished and not being nourished. Because you can be real, real small and real, real skinny and look good and be totally unnourished.
Got it. You definitely right.
Okay? So it's all an illusion. You have to know what health is to you. You have to understand how cells work. So my website is there for you. Cellular ecology is out there for you. Quantum physics is out there for you. Meditation, all the information is out there for you to empower yourself. Wanda, Rachel, and we are here to assist, each and every one of you with making that shift. And so we are going to get to the article Fat in Church, because that's what it's all about. And so, like I said, early part of the show, when we first started out, we do have this movement that we have from Emancipate Yourself from Medical Mental Slavery Day, which is celebrated every April 30th. And we're looking forward to 2014, bringing on board some new people to share their stories. We want to honor you on this show. We do honor individuals that have taken back control of their health. They might have done it a certain way, and now they know they can do it a new way. And we're here to assist you, and we want to honor you for doing that. So that's what this show is all about. That's what that movement is all about. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Trey.
Thank you, Mr. Wyche.
Thank you, everyone.
Rachel, thank
you.
Yeah.
Love y'all.
For you next week. And time goes by like that. Peace and love.
Everybody get on, get it right. Everybody get on, get it. Well, you don't need to ride, you don't need to ride. Everybody get on, get it right. Everybody get on, get it. Well, you don't need to ride, you don't need to ride. Everybody get on, get it right. Everybody get on, get it.
Greetings and love and kindness, family. This is Dr. K. Thank you so very much for tuning in to Health Talk Health Wise. What's your illusion? What's your reality? Conscious Healthcare Talk with Dr. K and friends. Right here, every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Look forward to seeing and hearing from you on next Tuesday. Become our friend on Facebook, Dr. Karen DAVIS-FOULKS, and like our page, Emancipate Yourself from Medical Mental Slavery. Tune into our YouTube channel, K Davis F, and visit our website, www.celllife.com. We also invite you to tune into Frank Talk Real Talk with host Reverend Dorita Dixon every Monday at 7:30 p.m. And the Sage and Baby Boomer Show with host Ayo Handy Kendi. That's every Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And right back to Health Talk Health Wise every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m.